Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another segment of career coaching. What is your greatest weakness? That's a tricky question. It is tough to criticize yourself, right? Especially where you are worried about rejections. And yes, it is a must question asked in your interviews at any level of your experience. May it be a fresher or you might be having a 10 years of experience. Why do they ask that question? Do they want to reject you or something? No, not at all. Basically, they are looking for an evidence that you are self-critical, that you have the drive to improve upon your weaknesses. But you need to be very intelligent in choosing that word or a sentence which is a weakness, but it should not let you get rejected from the interview. How do you do that? Make sure, first of all, it's nothing to do with your profile. Okay, you are being selected for a technical role, or maybe a role where there is a good communication required, or maybe there is a role where you need to work at night, you need to travel. So you have to be very careful of avoiding certain statements like I'm bad in communication skills, or I'm sorry, I'm not flexible working at night, or you cannot also say that I'm not very travel friendly. Yeah, so make sure you read your JD, the job description, very properly, and then practice yourself for this answer. Understand that demonstrating self-awareness, at the same time, you should not underestimate yourself. You should not give them reasons to reject you. Hiring managers, they don't expect you to overcome your weakness in just one night. Basically, everyone has areas that can be and that should be constantly worked upon. So your weakness should always be countered by some statement that helps them to understand that it is workable, and that is all they want to understand. Provide some examples that this is the scene and this way you have worked upon it. I'll give you some examples. You may say, I'm a perfectionist. However, I also understand timely commitment. Hence, I try to give my best by knowing the right way to do it. And that saves my time and gets the job perfectly. Yeah? How does that sound? So you have to be that smart. Next, you can say, I sometimes find it very difficult to delegate responsibility. However, when I became manager in my last role, I became critical and I learned to delegate tasks. You may say I'm bad with big numbers, hence I learned Excel that helps me to deal with numbers easily now. You may say I struggle with work-life balance in the past, and and that has also caused some burnout, sorry. But now with experience, I've started, adding more structure to my day, and have instituted a sharp start and and an end time to my work. So that shows your professionalism. You may say I'm incredibly self-sufficient, which means it makes it difficult to rely upon others for some work. However, I've also worked to improve this weakness by enrolling in team building activities or workshops. Sometimes you may also say, because these are very personal things, this has nothing to do with your work profile. You may say you're blunt, you're straightforward, you're very honest in giving feedbacks that sometimes your associates do not take it very constructively or happily. However, you can also say that you're working on developing empathy while delivering the feedbacks. You not I mean Just try avoiding it, but you may say that public speaking makes you nervous. However, in every profile, communication skill is very important, but you may say public speaking makes you nervous, hence I practice that every day to overcome this fear. Right? Sounds interesting. You may also say, sometimes I struggle in making decisions. Again, this is a very important professional skills, which is decision making skill. But you can counter it by saying, I'm working on it by leaning more into my experience and practicing listening to my gut. You may say you're very talkative. It is a positive skill that you have good interpersonal skills or you have good conversation skills. You may say, I enjoy developing relationship with my co-workers by engaging into some talks or conversation. That's great. That's a great team building skill. But you will counter it by saying, I understand that I need to keep it brief and redirect myself back to work on time. So these are some ways you can revisit the video again and find out some good weaknesses that you can present in your interviews and practice. So for stating your weaknesses, some tips are: first, practice, practice, practice. Second, look at the eyes of the interviewer and you project that confidence while talking. Third, be brief and to the point. Don't explain it too much. Just say it, counter it, done. Okay? You understand the interviewer's goal. He is not here to reject you. He just wants you to answer that, self-criticize yourself with confidence, right? And do not stress too much over that answer. Again, just say it, counter it, give an example, and move on. So, feeling prepared about your interviews? Yes, this is a very important one. Do visit this video again and again. Share it with your friends who really need this help for their further new careers or their new job roles. Remember, there is strength in every weakness. See you again. Thank you so much. I sign off. Make love Homik. I'm a soft skills trainer and a career coach. See you again with another video. Do comment below if you have any questions or you want any more tips in any of the skills you require for interviews. Thank you so much. Bye. Take care.